All right, so last week there was a game that happened between the Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Hartford Athletic, in which the game is tied 1-1, and in the dying minutes, Pittsburgh Riverhounds score the game winner, and it looks like everything's happened, but then all of a sudden, players start fighting, coaches get involved with players and referees, there seems to be chaos, and then all of a sudden, players start walking out of the game. So you start asking yourself what happened, and of course, people start circulating that racism was involved. There was a racial incident happening, so that's why the Hartford Athletic players said, we don't want to play anymore. So I want to break down all of this chaos that happened in this video, but before we do, if you're a fan of the USL, please give this video a like because it really helps with the algorithm so that we could get more USL exposure out there. And with that being said, why don't we get into it? So this got pretty tense, right? It got pretty crazy that even the local news covered it. So let me show you guys the clip of what happened, kind of giving the summary and then give my perspective on the whole incident.
Soccer match between Hartford Athletic and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds is turning into a clash off the field.
Yeah, the match was abandoned Saturday after one of the players from Pittsburgh allegedly made racial comments toward a Hartford player. News 8's Zuri Hoffman bringing us reaction from both teams and the community. Zuri.
Well, guys, nobody could have predicted that this would have been the outcome of Saturday's match. Instead of focusing on the score, there's now a spotlight on an alleged racial slur that was used instead.
I think there's been something said by Danny Griffin. You don't react like this if you're Marlon Hairston.
The match between Hartford Athletic and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds coming to an abrupt end Saturday night.
He's walked off. He's walked off. No, he's walked off. Whatever has been said has infuriated him so much that he's had enough.
Chaos erupting on the field. Soon after, players, coaches, and even fans getting involved. A while later, the match officially declared abandoned. Hartford Athletic saying players and staff didn't feel comfortable proceeding with the match after the use of racially offensive language from someone on Pittsburgh's team. In a statement, they say the club has requested the league to conduct a full investigation. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, denying it. In a statement from the Riverhounds, they say, "We stand by our players and firmly deny that such language was used. We will fully cooperate with the league's investigation into the matter." The mayor had this to say.
Hate has no place here in the city of Hartford, and I will stand by any team that stands for those principles.
Meanwhile, those who were at the game to support Hartford tell us, at first, nobody knew what was going on.
So it was just a lot of confusion, I think.
Jorge and Diego with the group Raza Brava say something like this should never happen in professional sports.
And being in a professional sports environment is respect, is fair play, and obviously it shouldn't have happened. So I'm glad the team stopped the play. At that point, we didn't even care about the result.
And if it's proven to be true, they have to send a strong message.
For now, both the community and the teams hoping to get to the bottom of whatever caused this.
Something was said that infuriated Marlon Hairston.
Now, we reached out to Hartford Athletic on the situation. They tell me they cannot comment as this investigation is ongoing. For now, we're live in Hartford. I'm Zuri Hoffman, News 8.
All right, so there's a lot here, and there's a lot of people that had different types of viewpoints, different types of things to say about this whole situation. And so, like I said in the beginning, it's 1-1 the game. The game is 1-1. It's a tie game, and it was like the 88th minute, maybe somewhere around there, where they tied the goal, where they scored the winning goal. So when you see this, you kind of think to yourself, is this Hartford Athletic just being sore losers? Like, they didn't want to lose this way. Hartford Athletic has been playing really well, and for them to lose in this fashion, it doesn't seem like it's a good thing, right? Obviously, you don't want to keep losing. So when this happened, was this just a way for them? They were so mad, they were so heated, they didn't like the way that they got scored on. I mean, you can't help but think to yourself, was this made up? Was this something that the player just made up to like end it? And so I don't know, right? I really don't think that anyone would do it like this. Maybe he did hear the word or whatnot, but still, I mean, you're grown men. You're grown men, and a word is going to offend you that you want to walk off of the pitch and you don't feel comfortable playing anymore. You don't feel comfortable playing a sport because of a word? That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. You're a grown man. You're a champion, I believe. I think he won with Columbus Crew, the MLS Cup. So come on, even if he didn't win MLS Cup, the fact that he's a man, I hope he doesn't have a son, because his son should be embarrassed of him that a word offended him so much that he and his teammates said, we're not going to play anymore. We don't want to play anymore because of foul language or racial slurs or whatever it may be. And yes, nobody should be saying that. I'm not saying that. Have some dignity, have some respect for you and others, but still, even if someone calls you something you don't want to play anymore, that just looks absolutely bad. As a man, you should have dignity. And guess what? It got so crazy. Hartford said, we stand behind our player, and so did Pittsburgh. And Danny Griffin, the guy that was accused of saying something, who was seen on video multiple times yelling, I didn't say that. And Pittsburgh saying, we know Danny Griffin, the community, the fans, the supporters, they all said, we know Danny Griffin, the captain of the team, and he is not anyone like that. It got so crazy that he decided to take a lie detector test, which is pretty crazy in my opinion, because you don't really see that. And the fact that he's like, yo, let me prove to you guys even more that I didn't say something like this. He goes out and takes a lie detector test, and the lie detector test showed that he was telling the truth. He didn't say anything like that. And so this is just crazy. The USL hasn't said anything about the situation. The last I checked, they didn't say anything about the situation. So it makes you think this is a league that is supposedly, about fairness and respect and treating people right. And to go out there and stay silent when Danny Griffin has proven his innocence, has proven that he did not say something like this. And for the USL to not stand behind him or say, hey, we support Danny Griffin and what he did. Just anything in that context, because right now it's in the appeals or whatever, but we all know that Danny didn't say this. Everyone knows this. Danny didn't say this, and it's going to be proven. Watch, you'll see. And so that just speaks volumes on the USL. It speaks on when you have people, or when you push out this victim mentality and that the victim is always right, this is what you get. You start getting people that they start believing it. If they're told racism exists constantly every single time, no matter what, they're going to call it racism when it is not racism. You lost the game. And you went out there and started saying, oh, I'm not going to play anymore because of what this person said, when in reality that word, or whatever it may be, was never said. So you start putting it in your head, I'm a victim. I'm losing the game because this person said something bad, so I'm the victim, and you have to believe me. This is a result. This is what you get. And the USL has been pushing this as well. The USL is very, very about this type of ideology. And so you can see it. This is a result of it. And if you don't believe me, there's a soccer player that is suing the USL because of defamation, because he was accused of something that he didn't do also. And it was proven that he didn't do it. Lawrence White, I believe is his name. And so the USL is being sued because of this. And I just feel like more and more of this should come out. Danny Griffin should also do the same thing. And Hartford Athletic came out and changed their profile picture to black and white and said, we stand for solidarity. We stand for against anti-racism and all this stuff. Guys, you need to punish Marlon. You need to punish him. He lied, and he could have potentially ruined a man's career, an innocent man's career. If this was 2020 and this happened, oh my gosh, Danny Griffin would not have been a player with Pittsburgh Riverhounds right now. Danny Griffin would have been kicked out of the league. He would have been someone that is not going to be playing anymore. Trust me, believe me, we all lived that. Look, this was disrespectful. This was a joke. It was an embarrassment to the league, to the club, to Marlon. It's an embarrassment. You should be ashamed. And so I would love to know what you guys think about the whole situation. Let me know in the comments down below. Was it right? Was it wrong? I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all on the next one.